Three. Hey everyone, welcome here to today's social selling and auto retail webcast panel discussion. I'm Ryan Girardi. Today is Tuesday, March 11th. No, it's March 17th, isn't it? Why did I think it was 11th? Go figure. March 17th, my bad. Thanks for being here. If you're on the live webcast, I'll put some notes in the live chat. Feel free to use the live chat. If you're watching the recording later, which is most people, feel free to use the comments. I'll put some clickable time markers in the comments shortly after today's conversation. I've got a good lineup of panelists here today. I'll bring on screen. Here we go. We've got Mike Columbus dialed in from Washington. We have Terry Lancaster in Nashville, and then Mr. William Satry from pretty much Salt Lake City area, right? Not technically.
Salt Lake's good. Everybody knows where Salt Lake is.
And we're gathered here today. We're going to talk a little bit about the auto industry from an automotive sales professional's perspective. That's a passion area for Terry personally. He does training and coaching and workshops that we'll talk about in a little bit. And then Mike Columbus, if you don't know, Mike is the real deal automotive sales professional, the real deal. It's been a few years since we've had you on one of our panels, so it's great to have you back, Mike.
Thank you.
Yeah, and we'll have you get a little bit into, even though it's not a transition now, but you did have a big geographic transition a few years ago, and you can bring us up to speed on that. And then Sir William here has got some really nifty intel to share around, of all things, the TikTok app. So looking forward to that. I'll do a screen share from Bill's Sir Papa Fresh. If you want to add Sir Papa Fresh, you can now. I love your shirt, Bill. It's great.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oldest TikToker alive, so you got to wear a paisley shirt or something to make sure you're not dead. So
can you back that up? Are you really the oldest one alive?
I don't know, but I'm trying to be. This is a coronavirus proof shirt. It's supposed to deflect the coronavirus. I'll try it on. See, nobody will come within 6 feet of me.
See, I would.
I would be okay here.
I would see you and I would be like, I gotta meet this guy. There's if you ever go to NADA, I know Terry, you haven't been recently, but did you see a big tower at NADA, Bill, with a car on it that was spinning?
Yes.
That's Autospin. Harry Siskind, I think is his last name, is the owner, classic car guy. I mean, like right out of the set. I didn't get a chance to go find him this show, but it sounds like you found his booth.
Yeah, this was the clean one today. They're all in rotation.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, good to be here. I should mention, folks, and I'll do a little housekeeping towards the end. If you want to be here on the Zoom with us as an attendee, you can do it right now. Go to autoconversion.net, look under masterminds, and under there, you'll see social selling and auto retail. Register, and that will automatically send you a link, and you can be here on Zoom, and you can, interact with us. I can turn your mic on if you want to do that as well. And if you're fine on the live chat, that works too. So, Mr. Columbus.
Yes, sir.
You moved from East Coast. I'm trying to remember. You were in New England somewhere.
Syracuse.
Okay, Syracuse. Out to Washington State, and you are where in Washington?
Close to Seattle. We're in Bremerton, Washington.
Okay. So a suburb of Seattle?
Yes.
Okay. And you've been there 3 years, and you work with a Honda dealership?
We're an Autoplex. We have 11 different franchise stores, 15 brands.
Okay. And are you focused on just Honda?
I am.
You are. Right. And you have a couple of websites
I do.
that you use to really focus on with this whole quarantine coronavirus thing going on. Has that had any immediate impact on you and your business so far?
Not to a large extent. We're in a large military town. So most of our customers still have a lot of confidence in buying and trading their vehicles. So hasn't impacted us to a large extent.
Are you seeing any increase in website traffic? Either at the dealer level or for you personally?
We are, yes, we are,
You are. So there's a noticeable difference there.
yes.
Do you have an idea of what type of activity? Is it shopping? Is it other?
Yeah, there's much more shopping going on. And I mentioned earlier, I'm trying to release our shopping online site, which I plan to do earlier today, so folks can not even come into the dealership, but shop for a car.
So right now, what's the website? Maybe I could bring it up while we're talking.
You just go to West Hills Honda,
westhillshonda.com.
right?
Okay. And unfortunately, something's wrong with your automotive site, so we can't bring that up. Because I'd love to kind of get into how you interface, your website
Right.
and whatnot. But let's go here, West Hills. So,
All right, so then go over to, can I take over here?
you could, or you could just kind of tell me where to go since I
All
have
right,
it
so
up.
go over to select a new vehicle. The customer would be actually choosing the vehicle, either new or used that they wanted, and just go down and pick any.
Okay. And do you find that, do you know, are most people searching?
Yes. Mhm.
That's the more preferred way to go. Okay.
Right.
So let's do pilot. Okay, so it's in real time bringing up lists. Is this powered by your website provider or is that a widget?
I think it's a widget.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
So go ahead and select the vehicle. One of them.
Okay, pick any car here. You want me to pick a new car, right?
It doesn't matter.
Okay, let's get a used one then. Since it's got real
All right, so
photos.
now go to the right, the box on the right. Now click out of that.
Click
so-
and drive.
That's what you want.
Giving that car away. Where can you find a Honda for $6,000?
And then what did you say? You want me to do something?
Yeah, so in this box, so see where you have cash down, you can change your cash down amount. So go there and just change that to $500.
Okay.
And let's say your credit's a little bit better than good. You can change your credit.
Okay.
Very good. And do you have a trade-in?
Yeah, let's put a trade.
So you
Oh,
go
right.
down to add trade-in.
There you go. I think I got to pick a term.
Okay.
Maybe.
Your, I have my, let me move this.
Interesting. It's not letting me do that.
Click and go over to the right. Go down. Go to the, no, you went too fast.
Okay.
Put your mouse right over loan term.
Right here.
Now go over to the right, click down. See if that does it.
Yeah, it's not. And you know what? I'm in Safari. Maybe I should try Chrome. Maybe there's a browser issue.
Don't know.
Give me a second. I'll switch up on Chrome here.
You know what? It may be that the price of the vehicle is too low.
Is that what it is?
It could be.
Cheaper car.
It
It says
auto.
in terms not available.
Oh, because it's a used car.
And
Yeah.
the age of the model, the year,
All right,
2004.
let's go back to a new car then. That's it. I didn't even think about that. Try again. Now we're on this. All right. Boy, they really want that message up there, huh? Now this says locked.
Yeah, so if you want to unlock your price, just enter. Brian, I can't see where you're at though, but just enter your information. First name, last name. Last name. And
Can't
then,
spell my last name.
right, yeah, I was going to tell you to add and enter test. Then just go down to message and put test for, you don't really even need to put your phone number, but you did. That's okay. And then just put test for Mike Columbus.
Yeah. All right. So go ahead and unlock, right?
Right? Unlock your price. All right. Get rid of that.
There we go. Now we can mess with the calculator here.
Right. So you can either finance it or lease it. You can
Yeah.
change your cash down. Your term came up. Well, we can just leave all that the same if you want, but go out your trade.
It's going to want my VIN. Nope, it's optional. So I can just put whatever I want in here. Terry, what
Right.
you got? What are we going to trade in here?
We're going to trade in a 1993 Jeep Cherokee.
Mhm.
Are you
I've
driving?
I've got one sitting in the driveway if
Oh,
anybody wants one.
I take it. Is it in running condition?
It was when it parked. Wasn't in great running condition, but it hadn't been running about 6 months.
Four, they got all
wagon
four-wheel
here.
drive?
No, 2-wheel drive, sport utility two-door. There we
Alright.
go.
All right. You own it.
I do.
How many miles?
180,000, I think.
Nice.
That'll come up as a big number.
Get your zip code.
Why don't I use your zip code?
Okay, here, 98366.
98366. Well, 98366. Okay.
Now continue. You got to be honest here.
I would say yeah, fair is the best I can get.
Okay, good. And you can just scroll down,
Okay.
continue.
Got a cassette player. That's good.
You have the title, right, Terry?
I do.
Title.
I don't owe any money on it. It's mine.
Wow, look at that, $458
$458.
today, brother.
Gotta
All
get it
right.
over there. Or they change their mind.
Now, is this click and drive? Is that built into your website? Is
Yes.
that built in by the website provider or is that a third party provider?
I don't know, Ryan.
Not
Probably
sure.
third
Okay.
party.
I'm not familiar with.
Enter 98366 in the zip code because that's here in Bremerton.
Okay. Kitsap, is that the county?
Yeah, Kitsap County.
County.
Kitsap County.
So there's your payment.
Oh, up here on the left.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right?
So you're seeing an increase in this
Oh, yeah.
right now. Now, what happens? You want me to go ahead? What happens when that goes through?
That comes right through to our internet department.
So that goes to the internet department, Mike?
Yeah, and you can fill in your finance information here. If you go to my financing options, you can apply for credit.
So I literally just had lunch, just left lunch with a dealer here in Nashville who's
Right.
who's got something like this where it's a build your deal on their website, and they really decided last week, okay, we're going whole hog into this because the world's coming to an end. Nobody wants to leave their house, so we're going to set this up. And once they got it set up, they started looking at it. So today they're looking at ways to funnel those leads straight to the F&I department and not send them through a salesperson.
Good idea.
Yeah, it's good for the dealership. It's lousy for salespeople who don't get in front of this and start building their own audience instead of waiting for leads to come from the dealership, because the dealership might be sending leads straight to the F&I department.
Right.
Hmm.
Similar here in Washington, we've had this for a couple months, haven't really used it, didn't see the need so much until a week or two ago when coronavirus started spreading. And now I'm trying to get up and running as far as how much I know about it and pushing it out there to my social media base.
So talk to us a little bit about what you do conventionally as a auto sales professional. Like I said, folks, we can't bring up his site because something happened with GoDaddy. Can someone put together a vehicle on your site like that? Or do they
On
have to
my
go?
clo- No, they'd have to go through my site here. I do have my inventory on my site, but they'd have to go through the West Hills Autoplex site.
So they can inquire on your site about a car?
They can message me and I can communicate with them, yes.
And your personal site is a Build-A-Brand site, yeah?
MikeColumbus.com is, yes.
Okay, it's hosted and designed by Build-A-Brand.
Yes.
Gotcha. And does the dealer pay for that or do you?
No, I pay out of pocket for it.
Okay. Do you mind sharing what that cost is? Or
$100 a month.
oh, that's good. Okay, that's fair.
I may have gotten a discounted show rate. I don't know if that's.
I think that sounds a little bit below retail to me.
Yeah, I think it was a show rate I got.
Yeah, because you've been on early. You got on early.
Yeah.
How long have you been using the Build-A-Brand platform?
Probably about a year and a half.
Okay. Did you
I
look at
signed up
other?
at the Hustle and Grind Con.
Okay, that's how you learned about it.
Yeah.
I think I remember them being there. I wasn't there, but I was working with them at the time, so I remember that. Now,
Everybody's hustling.
what kind of visibility do you have as far as the visitors? Can you, I mean, what kind of analytics do you have on the back end that you're able to utilize around the site?
To be honest, I don't do much with analytics other than what my monthly volume is and what I hear customers saying and the engagement I have with them. So I haven't been big on analytics.
Okay. So really whatever actions occur within the site, you respond to that.
Are you talking about the Builder Brand site?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I haven't. I find that I get more with social media and some of the other things that I do for networking than I do from Builder Brand.
And can you elaborate on that? Like, kind of what's a routine for you? What's a daily or weekly routine for you as it pertains to how you're reaching out and engaging with customers?
Okay, so yeah, and that's good because I use an app called Done. So by Done is what I do every day to build my business. And so I try to send 3 heartfelt greeting cards in the morning when I wake up. I send a heartfelt text message to someone just at random, letting them know I was thinking about them. I try to meet one new customer from service that I don't try to sell, just to get to know them. I do send them a card thereafter just to say, if there's anything you ever need at the Autoplex, I'm your guy. Send one new card to someone in service each day. Then I try to greet my customers in service, and typically I'll meet and greet 3 or 4 of my customers. They get a whole different card campaign, which basically says, rain or shine, it brightens my day when I see one of my customers in service. And I get a lot of feedback from that. They appreciate the constant contact.
Do you get a listing from the dealership that tells you which one of your customers have appointments that day in service?
No, I don't. I wish I could, but I don't.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would.
Yeah.
Especially when you can't remember a name. Now I have to go fishing to try to remember a name, and so I have ways of doing that. But
well, that was my next question: is what database or contact management are you using?
Well, the store uses eLeads, but I have been a proponent of using my own database because it's that valuable to me. So I use Google Contacts, and then I link my Facebook account with my Google Contacts, and I link my LinkedIn contacts with my Google Contacts, so that when I'm doing things socially, it's coming up into their feeds at times based on the Facebook and LinkedIn analytics.
You have your LinkedIn contacts synced with your Google contacts?
Yes, and I have my Facebook contacts. There's a security setting you can set to allow that. I think it's just allow access to contacts.
And the app you said you use is called
The earlier app I said it's just a habit forming app called Done, D-O-N-E.
Okay. So the greeting cards you send, D-O-N-E, I got you. Done.
Yeah, it's Done.
Habit forming app. Okay. I have to take all these notes. It's good stuff. The greeting cards are printed, or are they?
I use send out cards. Terry's familiar with that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's if you'll notice over Ryan's right shoulder, there's a send out card right there with he and I and our smiling faces on it.
Yep. So I'm on the $97 a month plan. My goal is to send out between 100 and 300 cards per month. That's my personal goal with that.
Okay. Terry, I loved your quote yesterday on the White Collar Therapy show that you set activity goals, not outcome goals.
Exactly, 100%. Yeah.
So smart.
Yeah, you can't you can't control outcomes. You can only control inputs.
And the purpose of having a process and benchmarking those activities is then when you get output, you have some benchmarks to go by on what that yields. So like you said, you want to send out up about 100
to 300 per month.
300 physical send out cards.
Yeah.
Correct.
And I shoot for 5 a day. That's 150 a month. That's my goal. Send out 5 cards a day.
Mhm.
5 cards a day, 150 cards a month.
Those physical cards through the mail.
Yeah.
God bless you both.
Yeah.
That's Bill's favorite. So Bill and I, he works with not just dealers, but like RV companies and power sports. And what his platform does is it tracks visitors on the website and it identifies their residential address. And so literally like 2-3 days later, you get one of these printed pieces in the mail. I'll show that again, Bill. So it's up there.
That's
There's
nice.
a non-automotive. Let's see. Here we go. So if you went back to his website and you were looking and not filling out those forms, I can actually place a pixel on that form and send that particular product or item to their home like overnight. So it's mailed to their address and they're going to get an offer based on what they look at. Could be an Amazon gift card, depending on how aggressive the dealer wants to be. But I'm after people that don't leave their information. And I think, Mike, you're in the right direction. I think people are starting to fill that out more than they used to. But if they start getting it wrong or gaming the system, this goes in their mailbox.
Good.
Yeah, I'll
And
share a link,
You
folks.
track them right where they place their phone between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. I've got a billion devices tracked to 100 million households. So those go out daily. But the fact you're mailing out to your database, I think you're doing the best thing in the world. I think that's great.
You call it boomerang, right?
Boomerang West.
I call it smart AI mail. We're actually launching, this is the new auto conversion site that's technically accessible. And that's one of there's a little video on there that talks about this.
Don't hit
But that's
that.
great. That's why I kind of lit up when you said printed, Mike, because I was like, yeah, that's
our world. Now, can I just mention something pretty cool? And you guys tell me if I'm wrong. This just came through to me today from an agency that works with General Motors, right? And I've been meeting with RV dealers. RV dealers are believing that they're doubling down right now in this industry. And can anybody tell me why you think a RV dealer, world's largest, would double down in this market?
There's less virus in the woods, baby. The farther out in the woods you are, the less virus there is.
They're betting on this. They're betting that in the woods, or I can't get on an airplane, I can't take that trip to Europe, I can't go do anything. And by the way, I want to be with my family who were infected anyway, right? So they're out stocking up on trailers, campers, Class C, diesel pushers. And so they're saying to me, hey, the auto industry, can you tell those guys to stock up on 3/4 ton and diesel trucks? Because that becomes what happens when you go out and buy, a trailer. You find out your truck doesn't pull it. So now you're trading in your 1/2 ton for a 3/4 ton. And because gas is falling, price of oil is falling, this is becoming more and more attractive. So that industry has made a decision that they're going to double down on RV product. It'll be interesting to see if they're right.
I missed a little bit of that because I was checking the live chat. So I apologize. I heard the tail end. Mike, the car guy is up here, by the way, says hello to everybody. And
No, Mikey.
says he's a big fan of the Done app. So I guess Mike uses that as well. So this is good, Bill. I appreciate, or Mike, not Bill, appreciate you sharing the activity goals, 3 greeting cards. You reach out to people that, that are on your radar, people that you're just checking in with. So it sounds, if you add it all
One
up, how many
random person.
right? Some service related, how many different touch points? I tried to write them all down. Sounds like about 15 to 20 touch points a day.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And
And that's in That's in addition to my normal greeting customers, test driving customers, and writing customers up.
Okay.
And like Terry said, I think the activity is more important than the end result. 'Cause
Yeah.
if the activity, it's math. You're going to get the end result.
Yep. Activity goals. Big takeaway. Before we transition, I know we're coming to the bottom of the hour, but we want to get into this TikTok thing that Bill is going to share. I'm going to share my screen. Any I don't know, any final words, advice, tips, or anything you want to give?
Me?
Well, just
Yeah.
This I said, like I said, I've had more activity and conversation in the last week about social training and social media than I had probably in the last 6 months. I think with everything going on with the virus and the social distancing, a lot of people may be getting the message that, oh, we need to start connecting this way, that we weren't as necessarily as adamant about it before. And that and the dealer the dealer trying to funnel the salespeople out of the message. I think the stuff that you and I have been talking about, Ryan, for the last 6 months to a year about building your own social network and building your own tribe and marketing yourself instead of waiting on the dealer, waiting on the up bus. I think this may be the tipping point that makes all that more important than ever.
And Terry, if I could just add, Terry, I'm sure you'll agree. Be genuine. Don't be a fraud.
Oh, 100%.
People
Yeah.
can see through a fraud.
Yeah.
Don't send 5 cards just to send 5 cards.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to add to that. I think I just brain farted. I know what I was going to add is you can't build this overnight.
No.
This is a process. You gotta kind of come up with try, add one thing, add another. You got to build on this. This is not, you aren't sitting in the showroom waiting for walk-ins. That's not what you're doing. You're out there reaching out, engaging, utilizing the tools and the data in conjunction with the dealership. You've been at it for years, and that's what's driving your success.
Right.
Yeah. And speaking of trying new things, let's get into the TikTok segment. Mike, the car guy, says, great minds think alike. Awesome real life examples. Awesome folks doing similar things as they've been collaborating for a long time, as we just said. Thanks, Mike, for chiming in. So let's get into the TikTok thing. Bill, I'm going to share your Sir Papa Fresh. If you want to go on TikTok to Sir Papa Fresh, turn off notifications because they're annoying. This is what you will see. You ready? Here we go. All right, Bill, you lead the way. What are we doing here? Give us the context.
You know how social media is. You could play around forever on Facebook and buy leads and buy ads. TikTok is a product that is owned. It's actually out of China. It's been bought by the Chinese. Very interesting product because it puts your 15 or 60-second message out to the public immediately and test it with a few groups. If they like it, it expands and goes viral real quickly. Just the opposite of Facebook. This expands. So I got my daughter shooting a rifle over the weekend. I'll do some automotive stuff. Really no big hits. That really takes a while. If you scroll down, I've got an RV dealer that posted a really nice 15-second video. 300's not bad. Walked into Costco, got 11,000 hits on everybody sucked up all the water. And this was like a week and a half ago. Gets interesting when I was flying behind the first class seats a couple of weeks ago. They're mine weren't. So that got 47,000 views. Just really curious. I'm trying to figure out what causes people to respond. So if you go down further, nothing really.
Let me jump in, Bill. Let me jump in here. We're not here telling dealers that they need to get on TikTok to sell cars. It's not what we're doing.
No, this is like I'm trying to figure out how to start conversations so that I can have some kind of satisfaction that when I post something, somebody will read it, right? So playing around here, this isn't too bad, but keep going down. And all of a sudden, 47,000 is not bad. I'm okay with that many views. Go to NADA, only 1,300 people care about what I say. But One day I'm sitting in my hot tub, right? And across the way from me, there's a guy on a roof built, and it's cold, it's windy, the wind's blowing. This guy's hanging in there building this roof for this gazebo. And I'm in my hot tub and I think, this is, America's a great place. And I don't know if you want to play the video, but
Yeah, I do.
go ahead and play it and just see what everybody thinks.
Yeah. Let me bring my screen back up.
But this was a one take, took me 15 seconds. And
so check this out. This guy is working on a roof on a windy day, making deals over the phone with his next client and building a fabulous roof, all in Spanish.
So the all in Spanish, because he speaks Spanish, I speak Spanish, doesn't matter, has created, I don't know how many comments I'm up to. What is it, 1,200?
Comments or like, well, let me chime in here.
Go ahead and go through it. It's
Key.
kind of crazy.
Most of the videos that you've done are getting hundreds of plays, in many into the thousands. The couple that you mentioned, the one had like 47,000. The one in the store had 11,000. This one has had 1.5 million plays. It has seen, let me look again.
So check this out.
191,000 likes and nearly 1,400 comments. And if you read through the comments, it's mostly positive. It's people kind of being like, because Mexicans are awesome and we're hard workers. Like it's a very positive viral video for sure. And that's what's significant about, you just never know what's going to pop.
And with this video, I get a read every day from TikTok how many people have read it or liked it. It's about 130,000 a day. It just blows my mind. So I have nothing to prove here other than I think we have to, as people, try to figure out what all these medias are doing and what's up with that. And pretty soon TikTok starts paying you once you hit a certain threshold. So
No kidding.
don't know what that is. Haven't got to that point. Sorry, you were saying something.
Well, I didn't know that they're going to pay creators.
They give you
But
gifts.
Mike, I'm curious, you looking at this, what's your reaction? What's going through your mind on this?
I'm trying to figure out how to capture an automotive audience with it. I was just looking at the Louisville Chevy Dude site on TikTok. Don't see much of anything that's going to bring a customer in other than just some interaction. So I'm going to explore it for sure.
So, but you have more going on in your life than just selling cars, right?
Right.
Like you're writing a book, I think you said.
I am.
Okay. That's going to launch you into, speaking engagements and, podcasting and stuff like that. So
can I share a bit of what, because you're actually part of that book, part of the book, actually.
yeah, talk to us about that. Where I was going with that thought was when you look at TikTok, do you think, how can I sell cars with that? Or can't you can really go broader with kind of your life mission, which includes, your profession.
Yeah. And I'm just now getting into it. I've had it for a while, played around with it, but because of Bill, I think I'm going to dive into it much deeper.
I don't know if you can see this, but my dad 317 has quite a few followers, 605,000 likes and 105,000 followers. He's a Subaru salesperson. And he gives advice. He's very crude a little bit. He just gives it as he speaks. But I think he's found a niche to try to figure out how to go full circle. Don't know if he has any likes or people that come in each day, but he certainly posts a lot and has a tremendous amount of views.
Yeah, I think the key is and this is where I struggle personally. Like I have not embraced Instagram from a professional standpoint. And, you know, I make a lot of short videos from these conversations. In fact, Terry, I've got one of you coming out soon, another one. I don't even know if you saw the last one.
I see everything you put out, baby. You're on my favorites list. Everything comes through.
Okay, good. Because I was looking at it, and I think I'd shared it with you, but I don't know if you saw it. But I make a lot of little short videos. And so when I look at TikTok, my first thought is, do I take these conversations and put up those little video shorts and stitch them together in a TikTok friendly way? You know? And I think because outside of that, anytime I'm not spending being creative around my work, in my case, you know, it's time I'm not spending on my work, which I can never catch up on. So for me, I'm not going to leverage a platform for personal use. For me, I feel like I have to leverage it for professional use. That's me.
To me, there's no difference. I mean, I am who I am. The personal me and the private me are so mixed up. There's really not a big difference. So I talk, and you know me, I'm an open book. So I talk about the same thing, if you know, at a professional meeting that I talk about at dinner. So
yeah, I love the way that you have leveraged Facebook Live and stories, because you're talking about, you know, life and your work's infused into there. It's all one. For some reason, I like getting on panels. I'm totally fine here. But if it's just me, I'm not in my comfort zone.
Yeah.
I can't sit there and talk to the camera by myself.
I just wanted to show you that TikTok will allow you to connect your YouTube and your Instagram. So
Show that again.
YouTube will connect, or excuse me, TikTok will connect your
Instagram and
your YouTube. So if you had something to sell, right? Like, I mean, for me, it won't connect to my audience. No way, right? But you could connect the dots if you had a YouTube video, or you're producing YouTube content and you're producing Instagram. Maybe there is some way that you could connect all the dots. But for me, it's just kind of having fun, right? And see what's out there. Somebody says they're a social media pro. I said, well, wait a minute. You got 1.5 million.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'm curious.
And there's no rhyme or reason behind it. Mike, you were going to get into the premise of your book a little bit and how that ties in with everything. I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
So 3 years ago, Ryan, you were interviewing me about the transition from the East Coast to the West Coast, where I knew absolutely no one. And your question to me was, what's the first thing you're going to do? And I think you were expecting some sort of grandiose answer. And my answer to you was nothing. And that I went on to explain that the nothing is, I was getting into an environment where I knew nothing about the culture. I knew nothing about the do's and the don'ts. I didn't know any of the landmines. So for a short period of time, I was going to do nothing.
Okay.
And once I landed here, I got a feel for the climate of things. But I did tell a couple of the salespeople that in 2 years, I'd be at the top of the hill.
Okay. So you set a 2-year precedent.
I set a 2-year goal. Yeah. And actually, those 2 salesmen were going to join me at Rockstar Auto Conference that was scheduled for this week.
Yeah. I think it was today, wasn't it?
Yesterday. It was yesterday.
yeah, we were supposed to be in Las Vegas yesterday together, and that didn't work out.
Hey, is today St. Patty's Day?
It is. No one's wearing green in my dealership.
Go ahead.
What I decided to do was write a book titled 2 Years to Prosperity. The Tomato is the Motto Method.
2 years to prosperity. The tomato is the motto method.
Yes, I'll explain that in a minute.
All right.
But the book is going to be 104 chapters with a small vignette of what I did here for 2 years to build up my presence and to enable me to be a successful salesperson here at the Hill.
How far along are you? Just curious.
Well, as I get ideas, I throw them into the book. I'm looking for collaboration with other people to come up with these. So it's going to be 104 chapters, a small vignette in the very beginning to kind of explain what the lesson is for the week. And then it's designed to give salesmen something to do that week that I can then follow up with them the following week to see how that went.
Yeah.
So it's in the process.
When you say the tomato is the motto method, are you spelling motto M-A-T-O?
Well, the key word is tomato. So tomato I'll tell you, here's how I came to this. I went on a journey just to search and put everything together. And I have a clinical background to some degree, but I was trained to look at best practice. And so last year I went on a journey to look at the best practice of MLM companies. And the reason for that is their entire industry is built upon network marketing. And what are they doing that's right to create their own business? Because you can't sell Amway and you can't sell Mary Kay without your own network. So I started researching them, and actually went to the Send Out Card Grand Summit last summer. And in the front of the Salt Lake City Convention Center is a conglomeration of signs that looks like a lot of chaos going on. And there's signs that have opposites. And there was one sign that says tomato or tomato. And I was thinking all about networking and social relationships and putting all this together, and knew that I wanted to do something with a book to try to help educate others. And so the acronym TOMATO came to me, which is top of mind awareness to others.
Top of mind awareness to others.
Yeah.
Terry, have you heard that before?
I have.
Yeah.
From Mike?
From Mike. It's Mike's deal. That's Mike's rodeo.
I've never. So you kind of came up with that. You never heard it.
So in industry, let's say General Mills, who makes Cheerios, they spend a ton of money on top of mind awareness. So that word in marketing is thrown out a lot.
Right.
But I just took that to the next level of top of mind awareness through others. And
through others, not to others.
Through others. No. Yes. So the idea, so I've asked a few realtors, what do they think that means? And the best explanation I have is two women are in the supermarket shopping, and one over here is another say, hey, I need a realtor. And if someone else says, oh, go see Jane Doe, she's one of the best realtors in the county.
Sure. That's what you want.
I know a guy.
Yeah, I know someone. So that's top of mind awareness. But so the book, 104 chapters, which is 2 years of different things that a salesperson can do to be top of mind through other people. It's not just send out cards. It's not just one thing. It took 2 years of solid building to reach the point where I'm at today.
Absolutely. And kind of full circle here. You can't build this overnight, and you got to build your mousetrap and keep adding to it. And obviously to accomplish that, you have to stick to it.
Right.
You got to be persistent and consistent and try new things. And
genuine. Right.
I will be attest to that. And Terry, you've probably seen it with me over the past couple of years we've been working together. I'll try. Remember, I had the watch pages for a while.
Sure.
Like always trying new ideas and building on those, and scrap them when they're not producing the result that you're after too. One thing I learned recently about entrepreneurs that I didn't really, and I don't know if this is a new way of thinking, but in venture capital land, a lot of times they throw money at ideas, wanting them to fail. It's like R&D, yeah. Right? And most ideas fail. Actually, I think that was what one guy was saying. He's like, most of the things we throw our money at fail and don't work. We expect it to fail. Yeah. We don't know it's going to pop. Just like your video, Bill. You never thought sitting in your jacuzzi, recording a guy on the roof being a hustler was going to reach 1.5 million people and 190,000 likes. And that's not why you're doing it either.
No,
you're not doing it for the result.
But it is.
And a little creative advice: the next time you're shooting video in your hot tub, stick your toes up there. So you over your wet toes, right through the guy building the roof. That would have been the shot right there.
That would have got everybody away from.
Yeah.
That would have just the smell, right?
Hairy toes are a big draw. I promise you.
I'll try that next time. That's a great idea. I wanted to mention to Mike, just because he was in Salt Lake and saw the tomato and tomato. The idea of MLMing, I've had some experience with it. My daughter, believe it or not, is an MLM, and it's kind of an interesting picture of her. but she MLMs. I'm not going to show it as it's not an ad, right? But she MLM's hemp oil. And Mike, she did exactly what you said. She got personal. She became kind of a brand, absolute product of who she is. And she went from there's 60,000 people in this company, and she went to number 58 or 60. And so the effort of trying to create something genuine and creating a product that people like and attracting people organically and with your personality was a winning combination. I thought at the beginning, this ain't going to work. You know, you got to buy in. These bottles are over $100 each, and you got to be kidding. And she's done very well by creating this operating reality with other people that attracted other people because she wants to work on their health. Still MLM, still, you know, you're on a layer somewhere, but she really got inside other people's operating reality, made a ton of friends, now travels the world. So it works.
Well, guys, we got to wrap this up because I know it went a little longer than normal, but really good stuff. And Mike, it's great
Thanks, Ryan.
I see Bill and Terry frequently and haven't seen you in a while. So sorry that Rockstar didn't work out. Nothing's working out. But I'm glad that we have a place to meet here. You know, Mike, we do this social selling series. It's one of 6 different auto retail marketing related panels we do. And for folks that are listening, is for everybody. We try to do each of these about once a month, typically on Tuesdays and Thursdays. It's a Zoom webinar like this. It's a great way to exchange information, knowledge transfer, and learn, you know, things that you're not thinking about, like TikTok and whatnot, and these great tips by Mike here. Each requires its own one-time registration. So in this case, you know, I should have brought this up. If you register for the social selling one, you'll always have a seat. So Mike, Bill, You're both registered. You can pop in, you'll get automated reminders. I'll send emails out. Our blog sends emails out. We use our LinkedIn group here. We have what we call the Auto Conversion Influencers group to kind of plan and prepare. So Mike, if you have any ideas or come across things that are in your mind worthy of sharing with others, you know, please consider using this as a platform to do that, right?
I will. Thank you.
Because what I do is I analyze the conversation. I take notes. I look for good takeaways and sound bites. And from that, I make blogs and videos and podcasts.
Okay, good.
And so folks, yeah, if you subscribe to the AutoConverse podcast, you'll be able to hear a lot of this information repackaged up and redelivered. Speaking of, tomorrow is our weekly tech show, the Mobility Tech and Connectivity Show. I have Greta Kudelenko coming on from Acerta Analytics, and we'll be talking about some of the challenges that they face in machine learning. They do analytics for manufacturers on engine failures. So if you're really into the car business or really into geeky, you know, stuff like machine learning, it should be a good conversation she'll be on. And then Thursday, we have a panel lined up under the automotive consumer experience. And I've got Lyman Savvy coming on from 321 Ignition, which is an auto retail website solution. And she's got some panelists coming on, and we'll be looking at, I think, Ship Your Car Now, and just some subject matter around the automotive consumer experience. So that's Thursday that we're having that. I think that's about it for me. Terry, I did want to give you a little plug here, folks. Terry does, he does speaking engagements, training workshops, specific to what we're talking about here, working with the Mike Columbuses of the world. Terry, you want to add some color to that?
No, I'm an author and I'm a TEDx speaker. I've written this book, Better Here, to help you make your life better. Just what Mike's talked about, be exactly who you are, only a little bit better. So that's what I do, bringing your true, authentic self and connecting with as many people as humanly possible, so that they've got a friend in the car business when they want a friend in the car business. And I'll throw in a little ad here. If you'd like some free training about all the stuff we've talked about, go ahead and text the word Terry to 33777. Free sales training. Text Terry to 33777.
I'm going to put that in the live chat.
There you go.
Hang on a second. I'm already subscribed. I haven't gotten any text from you lately, though.
Should have got one yesterday. If you're on that list.
Okay, text Terry, right?
Text Terry, Terry, to 33777.
There we go. Text Terry to 337 for what?
10 ways to sell 10 more cars this month.
10 ways to sell 10 more cars this month in the live chat. And Mike Carrera, I should say. Really great show. Glad I was able to catch. Yes, Mike, I appreciate you stopping by. I know this is right up your alley as well. All right, guys. Good stuff. And let's Mike Columbus, let's see your face around here, a little more frequently. It's great to have you.
Okay, I'll be back.
All right, folks, I'm going to take us offline. We can turn off our cameras and you guys just hang tight while we take us offline here. And thank you folks for tuning in either live or on the recorded session. It's great to be here.